Works in. It's been really unsuccessful tire hunting. I gotta talk to Dennis Rodman.
Oh my God, what do you guys want?
All right,
Dude, it's a lot of work, dude. You don't understand this whole walking around and finding shit.
The sunset was like fucking 3 hours ago.
I know.
I understand that. But I also can't sleep because I got
I thought you guys had shift change at 8 o'clock.
6 to 6 for us.
Oh, it's changed.
Where's Condicados at?
See, I'm telling
How do you
right
pronounce Jersey Boy's haircut?
now, Count it out there.
Condidacos.
Call him Conte.
Where's he at?
I guarantee you this fucking
That's-
kid's gonna be fine.
Is that with
Huh?
a C or a K?
I don't like this kid already.
Where?
Pink shorts.
Are you walking back and forth?
He's just fucking. This looks like a fucking asshole.
We'll go.
You just kind of spot people and then you
Why?
kind of keep an eye on them later.
We'll go
you
fuck
know.
him up for you.
He just, when I was a teacher, I used to be a school teacher.
Oh yeah.
The first thing you learn
I'm just asking. It's cool.
to figure
Let
out
him
how a kid is doing something wrong,
Yeah.
if he's looking at me.
Right.
So if that guy keeps looking back
Yeah,
at me,
they're shifty. Yeah.
no, if you're not doing anything wrong, then you don't
Yeah.
care what the teacher's looking at. You
Yeah.
don't care what the cops are looking at. I'm fine. I'm not doing anything wrong.
Yeah.
But if you keep looking back at me, you're fucking doing something you shouldn't be doing.
Or you're carrying.
Just doing something wrong, right?
Yeah.
Why do you care what I'm looking at?
In retrospect, how do you feel about accountability?
What do you mean? In general?
Yeah, okay, in general, let's just answer that question first, and I got another one backing up it.
Yeah, I think when people make mistakes, they should be corrected or made to answer for them, depending on what exactly that is. I mean,
Yeah.
it's a very broad statement. I mean,
It is.
that's as simple as, hey, fucking knock that
It
shit off.
very is. And you know damn well I know that it's a very broad statement.
My issue more as a teacher is more of anytime a kid did something wrong, it's never his fault, it's somebody else's fault. Just recognize it's your fucking fault and stop doing it.
And that's what I
Otherwise, you're
expect
a
out of the
narcissist.
police itself.
But you're wrong half the time you talk to me. I keep teaching you, like, hey, you gotta look this up. You got this wrong. You got this wording wrong.
No,
saying something.
you were right about Clearwater ordinance about flicking a cigarette butt. It is a arrestable offense.
Right.
But you think that you can give me a right
not
in a
even
night,
logical.
20 hours in jail? Because the state law says it's 15 pounds or over as a misdemeanor. You guys are
No,
giving me
anything's a misdemeanor. It's the city ordinance.
no. The
city
state ordinance, or the state law is 15 pounds or over
But that's a different.
is an arrestable offense for dumping or littering.
But you're still going in. You're
Clearwater has its own separate ordinance
but
to
that's-
a single cigarette butt can.
But why are we arguing this? This
the-
has gone through a legislative and a legal process.
Okay,
that
did
they're-
he give me an opportunity to
Doesn't
pick
mean
that
it's
cigarette
right.
butt up?
He
mean
doesn't
it's
have
right.
to.
Okay, he doesn't have to. But what's the logical sense if it's out of respect? Because everything
The respect you were giving him.
the respect. Okay, the respect that I was also getting
would have
assaulted
never
and
thought-
battered. I was also getting assaulted and battered 3 times before that night.
And I took the
Spitballs
report
in
and
the
I
face.
put
No.
charges up for it.
No. That was later. That was the weekend after I got arrested.
But you're
That was the weekend after I got arrested.
Your problem is that you continue to want to fight losing fights. You are
No,
wrong.
I'm not. No, I'm not wrong. I was able to be on that sidewalk
No,
when I got attacked.
The littering.
Yeah, but he had no
I can
idea
change
that's
that.
arrestable
It's
offense.
bullshit.
I can change that. Can I not change that?
No, you can't.
It took 20 hours in jail without telling me to pick that back up.
Why are you yelling?
Because I'm mad. I spent 20 hours in jail. You know what it is like in there? That's the worst stay you ever stay in the United States of America. I've been in jails all over the United States.
I've been
in jails all over the United
Never
States. That's the
been
worst stay
arrested.
you're ever gonna stay
I've
in.
never been arrested.
They have
in my
recycled
life.
water,
I've never
bro.
been handcuffed.
Yeah,
I get
well-
handcuffed.
I'm sorry.
I get handcuffed.
But that's what I'm saying.
You
is
shut up for a
weeks
minute.
ago.
This is why I like talking to him alone.
You have
I need
He's
some
all right.
space.
He's all right. You have to focus on the things. If you haven't already been, and I'm not trying to say it's condescending, educated that you were wrong on that, stick with the ones you're right. Because when you go back to those, you lose credibility.
Okay, no. Because it doesn't. The law is not ultimate law at all the time. It can be changed at all points in time
Yes.
if it's unconstitutional.
Fluid. The law is
Which
fluid.
part is unconstitutional?
The law is blind.
Don't start telling me the supremacy clause because that's not accurate.
Listen, when he showed up the third call on me, The first call that came on me, that girl came on. What's her name? The young girl. What's the young girl's name?
But none of that matters.
Yes, it does.
It does.
Yes, it
matter.
does. 100%
Has
it
nothing
matters.
to do with whether you
When a
drop
jury
on the
sees
street.
it, it
A
matters.
jury will never see it. It'll go to a bench trial to judge.
No,
They'll never
we're
get a
going to
jury.
the jury trial.
No, they won't.
Yes, we are.
They won't.
Yes, we're going to jury trial. Have to. Every judge down here is corrupt, and I already proved it. The long side of the street and the short side of the street. What is it? Dimensionally, what's the short side of the street?
Stop yelling at me. You're not going to bring that up in court.
Sorry, you still got the costume on. I still see you as fucking that guy sometimes.
You try and bring that up in court, they won't allow you to say anything about it, and it'll be irrelevant. It'll be objection. Next point. So
Dimensional.
You can't talk about that.
Yes, you can.
You will not be able to talk about your jaywalking.
I guarantee it's not jaywalking. There's no such thing as jaywalking in the state of Florida.
I know. Most of the pedestrian right. What is this fucking over? But you're so all over the place. What point are you trying to make?
It's walking along in a pond.
We're talking about
the side. Listen.
Let's
Let's go to that. Let's go to that.
No,
The long and a pond side the road.
I don't want to talk about
because you know it's a losing thought, and this judge lost it also.
I didn't do it.
He didn't see any.
And I don't.
You know it's a losing thought, so you don't want to discuss. That's the thing about police.
No, because it's not the thing about police. Don't do that.
No, I'm going to judge that damn well.
Jumping to different points when you don't like where the thing is going with what we're talking about.
A long and a pond.
No,
Why are we talking about this? We're
A
talking about
long,
littering.
a long. There's a long. Just as long. A
I've
long,
told you
not a
5
short.
times I don't want to have this conversation. You want to talk about littering, we can. But you continue
Because
to jump.
the littering thing you can argue, but you cannot argue the long and the short.
I never was.
That's what I'm
so
talking.
why do you keep telling me?
So let's discuss that.
Why? I don't want to. I've told
Why?
you 5 times now. Because I don't care. I don't know why he wrote it. I wouldn't have written it. I don't know if he's allowed to. That's what a judge is for.
You wrote the same thing with the ticket down
I
here
wrote
when
you
we
a
first met.
citation for being in a park after
A
close.
warning, because you knew this guy's smart, and I told
Just
you,
like
you
I
knew
did
that.
with
You knew
him.
this guy's smart. He knows the violations of signage law. I didn't violate no signage
And
law.
look where that's gotten us now. All the wonderful conversations.
You know what?
It does, and that's what I said.
You know what tickets I got the other day?
Listen, I told Blair. I said he's not a bad guy. He might be he's a bad cop because the way he's trained, all the way from the step down.
Dude.
But you're trying. You try.
I'm trying.
You look up more shit than they tell you to, right?
Because I like to be
And
right.
I like to
don't wanna be
entertain
wrong.
your
I don't
brain.
wanna be wrong. And
I don't like to
admit
be
when
wrong
I'm
either. I don't like to be wrong
But
either.
that's what I have to find out. So, like, I'm not going to engage in stuff I don't know, and I'm not going to, like,
But
die
not
on that
everyone-
hill.
The problem is, not
You don't have enough
everyone's like
training
you,
to even know
and they
that,
take
though.
the training and they think they know everything,
Hold
and they're
on, I'm
millennials,
just going to stop what you
and
said
they're idiots.
and tell it to my wife.
Yeah.
Blair said, the problem is that not everybody's like me.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't care what else he said after
Yeah,
that.
you're late, and you're gonna get
No,
a
it is.
blowjob.
It is, and that's what I recognize
It's not my
when I started popping off at the mouth about rules and signage law. You're like, this guy's kind of like he's not stupid. Let me give him just a warning instead, and I respected that still. And then I engaged in conversation.
But
I
that
tried to de-escalate,
Correct.
and I de-escalate.
But
I
that's
de-escalate to the point where I got to know you, and I need somebody like you. I just need somebody
But
like
that's
you.
a perfect example.
The people
of-
need somebody like
Okay.
you.
But that's a
Can I-
perfect.
can I get
Hold
it?
on, before
Can
you
I
say that.
interject?
No, I say
Yes,
some
you
room.
can.
Just let him talk.
Before
and
you
let
say
me talk.
that is a perfect example of you or me feeling like you're pushing me to a point where I'm going to find the tickiest, tackiest thing to enforce now that I would never do before.
Just like Prez did. He saw me
Purse.
try Prez.
Yeah,
Purse.
You seen just the other night. I mounted a light because my shit just burned out that night. That fucking night. And so did my other one. I thought he was talking about my dinghy the whole time, and he wasn't. He was talking about that light because I didn't know.
Oh, because I heard.
Because
some
he
of that
already
back and forth.
passed it. He already passed my boat. Went a quarter mile and came back to harass me more, and then to give me for my sailboat that he already done passed and seen me put up a flashlight.
Now,
He came back to be. Come on, man. He came back just to be fucking tacky. It's a tacky manner
but
that
here's
he
the
did
thing.
it.
What were you going to interject?
Well, I was going to interject. The other day, our little car got 3 tickets
In one night.
In one morning, 90 minutes apart. They put 3 tickets on the parking.
Now you know we hire an outside company. We don't do traffic tickets. We don't do parking tickets.
Yeah, but I'm just saying.
But that's
But-
not a police officer.
So is FWC.
So who does that?
Come on, man. Let's
Parking
figure
Who
everything
puts
out.
3 tickets on a
Parking
car
enforcement.
in 90
We have the
minutes?
chief of police
Dude, it was 3
on
in a row
record.
on the same day.
Right, but they can do 4.
Are you?
They can do 4
That's
maximum a
insane.
day every
But
hour.
still, just because you can do something, listen,
That's
the
not a
police
cop.
over here, the
Yeah,
police
but
came over
that's
and said the same thing to
insane.
me. Just because you can do something, Justin, doesn't mean
How
you should.
is that just? How
I
is
don't
that
know.
justice?
You're asking me about somebody who's not a
No,
cop,
but
and I
I'm
wasn't
just
there.
saying it's persecution.
If I rack up $20,000 in
God.
tickets, here's a bet. If I rack up $20,000 in tickets this year, do you think it was my fault or I'm being picked on?
Well, I would change that question as to if you're seeking attention and hostile interaction with an agency, then you're getting it.
Yeah,
But that's not-
because their
but-
feelings get hurt.
but we don't
Their
do-
egos get bruised then.
Yeah.
No, it's
Somebody's ego's getting bruised every time I talk to them. Their ego's getting
it's
bruised.
the same thing.
Did you
as,
see the Kasperic video? That says it all.
which one's that?
The one
The
where
where
the
she
guy
arrested
drops
you over
the,
down here.
the phone and she's like
They got thrown out.
talking shit about the guy, and then she gets promoted to internal affairs.
8 months later.
Yeah.
Oh, well, she didn't get promoted.
Well,
That's
whatever.
not a promotion.
Maybe it's demotion then.
It's a rotation.
Yeah.
They're in there forever though.
Right, and you're right. And to be honest with you, I like her. She's like a big sister to me. But in that
Ah,
instance,
damn, then she's really
in
fucking.
that instance, you and a lot of guys can't, whether they're cops or not. You can't just.
Did you not see her
You can't
video,
just
dude?
walk
She act-
away.
he walked around and followed my eye for 16 hours yesterday, and
Dude,
it was
she
the
should've
video is
been
still
fired.
on. Like,
She should've
fucking
been
come on,
fired,
man.
bro.
We're allowed to do this shit. We need to hold you motherfuckers accountable.
You know why all these? You know why all these guys like Haji and all these friggin' older guys
Hodges.
hate my guts?
Hodgson, he goes Hodgson.
Yeah. You know why they hate my guts? Because I took a picture of them all smoking cigars out on.
And this
the
is how it
front.
all
look,
started
you
with
can
him.
You can be confrontational. Both of you can.
No,
And both of you
that
can
was
be
years
good
ago.
guys.
I didn't even.
That was
know.
years ago with body cameras. I got my
Yeah,
remember.
but I'm saying both
I
of
got
you
a
guys-
dislocated arm without the body cameras.
You guys choose. Like
No.
sometimes you can get like, guys. If you were fucking dicks to me, eventually I would make you like. There's people out here that you just have to do your job, and you know you guys get along. We get along.
You should
fine.
have to do your job and be like. There's ones that'll just act like dickheads to me, or they won't even answer me, or they won't even come to a call anymore. I said, I'm getting battered over here. Can you come to this call? And then you didn't come. I called this back 3 times, still didn't come.
That was overridden by somebody, a supervisor, a lieutenant, or somebody.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about though. Like, why don't I get my 12th and 14th Amendment rights also?
Which ones are those?
Come on, what's the 12th and 14th Amendment
Are
right?
you asking me?
Equal rights and protection, correct?
Equal protection under the law.
Yeah, and equal rights.
Oh, that's not. There is no the
So-
equal rights of the Civil Rights Amendment. Is that what you mean?
Hers.
That's
hers.
way longer ago than that.
Hers wrote us a bunch of tickets.
He came back.
Connie
You see
sat
the
in
one
court and won 10 tickets in a row.
on him.
Boom, boom, boom.
10.
What are we gonna
10.
do, Judge? We can't write him tickets.
It's an LLC. It's business contract law. You can't. The judge said himself, you cannot write these people tickets anymore. They don't own the boats. They have a business through a business. It's business contract law.
Yeah.
You can't do anything
So
about that.
What are they saying? They have to write to the corporation?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
And they
But
keep
they
fucking
can't-
around.
but They can't write a corporation.
They
because
wrote
they're
him
not
a
an owner or
misdemeanor
an
for a
operator.
boat, a dinghy that's
But see-
been
but see,
registered
here's
for
the- but
2
here's-
years,
stop
FWC.
yelling.
2 years, and put him in cuffs.
But see,
Put
here's
him
the
in
thing.
cuffs.
I learned when I'm talking about that because,
Yeah.
you know, so he could write it if you were on it, right?
Look, we had 2 boats. I had 2 boats at the dock. Both were registered and everything for years.
On the Sampro docks
They
or the
banged
other
me
docks?
on the public dock,
Okay.
on the boat ramp dock.
Okay.
Both parked there for a second. But pull up, and you got Florida Fish and Wildlife. You got Coast Guard. You got
Clearwater Police. You
and
got 3
Clearwater
different
Police.
agencies on the boat.
3 of them.
All
right
all
there.
because they can combine
Right
all
there.
their powers together.
Right? And he
Figure
says,
that out.
Well, what's
Nobody's ever seen
where's
that.
this registered? Where's your registration slip? I'm like, yeah, well, I don't have. It's
Here's
on
something
the
that most
sticker,
people don't
it's on
know.
there.
He's had how
I'm
many
trying
safety
to get
checks?
out. I'm trying to get out my phone out of my sweater pocket right here. I said to the police officer, to the Florida Fish and Wildlife, I said, I'm going to get my phone out so I can film you. All of a sudden, I'm in cuffs.
I wasn't there.
Never been in cuffs his
I know,
whole
I know,
life.
I know.
His whole life. He's
2
57 years
tickets-
old. Never been
2
in.
tickets for boats that have been registered forever. Misdemeanors.
Yeah, but I've told you before. I can't
Crazy.
intelligently say why somebody did something if I wasn't there.
I know.
I can talk like
That's
this.
like,
but I'm just
listen,
telling you what
that
they did.
demeanor right there, saying that
telling you
right there,
exactly
that's
what-
like saying showing up to a bank job and be like, I wasn't here, I don't know what went on, I gotta go.
What?
Yeah.
Think of the complications of the facts of the matter. Take the story down and then go and investigate the other side of it. Because
But
if you
it's
showed
not
up
my-
to a
it's not
bank,
my job
if
to
you showed up to a
investigate.
bank after a bank robbery, you could say the same thing. I wasn't here.
No, because my job is to investigate that. It's not my job.
I live,
In fact,
I manage.
I'm specifically
Yeah.
not to investigate other officers' things. I'm not their supervisor, so I'm not
It ain't.
supposed to be.
It's not even about that 100%. It's about just taking the fact of the matter. Like, I'm not a liar. I have so many rich people. If you want rich people, if that's what you respect in this life,
What are you talking
is
about? I know.
I'm talking about